Today is Tuesday, October the 8th. Here's the ES Mini Futures, and look at the imbalance between the advancers and decliners. The decliners led by 6-1 on the NYSE and on 5-1 on the NASDAQ. This was 9 o'clock in the morning. Just before the open, we ran into the 5-minute Ichimoku cloud and immediately started to break the Globex low. That was the low that we saw between the close of the market yesterday and the opening of the market today. So we created a new low. We passed the Globex low. Looked like we were going to be in the better territory. And then this was about 245, and we continued to drop for the rest of the day. So now let's take a look. The advancers and decliners. The decliners 3-1 over the advancers. That's a lot of blood in the streets. That's a few days in a row now. Look at the Dow. Tried to touch, at the open there was an attempt to try to touch yesterday's close, and we just plummeted. Same with the NASDAQ and the same with the S&P 500. As soon as we opened, it was starting to look bad, and it's all about China negotiations, which are not looking really good, but that last week people had some optimism towards, but now it looks like nothing. I don't even know if the negotiators are still meeting or the Chinese are still in town. But when you have impeachment, and 58% of the population now favors impeachment, and you have tariff wars going on both oceans, both coasts, it's not good for the stock market. Let's take a look. Let's look at our market breadth. We are going to come down to this oversold position again, and we could have a little small rally bounce. Or we could just churn around like we've seen so many other times with difficulty getting above the midpoint line and seeing some momentum. It may not come until November, December. Will we have a Santa Claus rally? Or is the consumer going to bail us out? On the S&P, we had the gap that was created Friday, closed. So we could take that gap out of the picture. But rather than doing that, let's just move that gap. Oops, sorry, grabbed the wrong thing there. Let's just move that gap up. I'm going to do that for you later, but anyhow, let's take that gap and let's just going to do that offline, okay? But I'm going to move that gap up for you, and we'll have a new gap we'll be looking at tomorrow. We finished below the cloud, so as I said on Twitter, we are definitely 100% going down to test the 200 as we did here and here, 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 here. The 200 has been a very solid line, and God help us if we lose it. And the 50% pullback is also pretty much where the 200 exponential moving average is. So that's going to be an attraction point. Caterpillar, down big time. We said it would be down big time, but I thought that it would get support off the bottom of the cloud and start to move up. But trade talks are never good for Caterpillar and machinery producers, so it's a good thing we only have a very small holding there. GDX, on the other hand, we have a pretty good position in, and that is popping up. This is on a steady incline, so we have this, what we would definitely call a bear flag, and those things usually break in the direction of the flag, so that would be down, but that may not be the case now. Look, we've just filled a gap, so let's bring in, sorry, wrong clicker, let's bring in some tools, and let's see that gap in here that we had from week before last was pretty much, well, it was already filled here, so we didn't have to worry about it being filled there. We are just below the 50-day simple moving average. There's a good chance that we break that tomorrow. I still see gold as being something that we want to be into. and that will help us with any dollar weakness. T pulled back and got support on the 8 EMA. I still think it's going to collide with the cloud, slowly but surely, which means it's going to go down a little bit, but the cloud may come up to meet it. So it's drifting. I still only have half a position there. T goes ex-dividend, I believe, tomorrow. It is ex-dividend tomorrow. So today was your last. It's hard to say with Thinkorswim. It says the 9th. So today might have been your last day to buy T. Just check with dividendinvestor.com and see if today was the last day or if you could buy T tomorrow. But I wouldn't. It's a 50-cent dividend, 51-cent dividend. It's a nice stock to have, but I wouldn't want to add more at this point. Whirlpool, hit by the effects of tariff trade talks, choppy. It's still a stock that I believe goes flat. We'll see some up, we'll see some down. It's not going to move up strongly until we have resolution on tariffs. Amazon down 1.57 today, which was exactly the same as the market. So we're looking for perhaps another test of the cloud, and I think the cloud should be support. Christmas is coming. I can't see any other company that's in a better position to excel. If the consumer is there, then Amazon. Google down 1.4%, not as bad as the rest of the market. Did get support on the cloud. Perfect bounce right off the end of the cloud, so that's good. And we saw the Chiku span. We were saying, let's watch the Chiku span and what it does with this candle. It actually stopped right at the bottom of the fill of that candle. So let's see tomorrow if these 2 points provide support. I think that they do. Did I say Apple? No, I didn't. Apple was down 269. It's still a stock in an upward momentum. Finished at the low end of its range. I'm not doing anything with the puts that I have, which are December 20th, 210 puts. I've got 4 of them. They're profitable at this point, not as profitable as they were yesterday. But I don't see the stock going down to 210. That would be below the 50 moving average, both 50 moving averages. And it would be, we've got a thin cloud here, but we're not going to drop that quickly. By the time we get into the area of cloud support, there's going to be a lot more area of cloud support. So I don't think that this thin cloud is anything to worry about. Remember, as the price goes down, the value of selling more puts increases. And that is what I will do. I will sell more December 210 puts, and I will hold up to 6, possibly 8 contracts in my margin account. So that's it for today. Where do we go tomorrow? We are looking for the 200. So at some point tomorrow, we could come down to 28.78, this 50% fib. But if we get there, we're going to find the 200-day moving average just to see if there are buyers outbuying S&P 500 stocks.